What's up, YouTube? It's Big Lore from Kern County Foam Flingers, and we got a special guest here today.
Sam, nice to meet you guys.
Sam, he's the newest recruit to the Kern County Foam Flingers, so we're growing. I think that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, part of the team.
So it was pretty cool. I wanted to bring him along. He happened to be here hanging out with me today because he's actually moving out of town.
I know, going to Idaho.
Got a new foam flinger, and he's leaving me.
Cool. I'll fly out for the next one.
I guess I'll just start calling you Mom because you're just going to walk out of my life.
It's a little too deep.
She only did it once, but at least she stayed in the same town. My dad left forever.
Damn.
Anyways, too dark, too soon. Anyways, we're going to talk about a little bit about our experience. I took him to Ragnarocktoberfest with me, and last year I had a ton of fun. I went with my wife, but she doesn't foam fling. And she wouldn't let me go by myself for the simple fact, I talked about in my last video, the simple fact that if I drive by myself, I'll probably fall asleep and die. It's funny, but it's not funny. So on our way home, we got back home probably about 2:30 in the morning. On the way home, I did have to pull over and sleep for about 45 minutes. It was about 3.5 hours, close to maybe a 4-hour drive for us. Coming back, going there seemed like it was pretty quick, but
yeah, San Jose was a cool drive, though.
Yeah, it was a pretty good drive.
Some cool scenery on the way back.
Real good scenery. The people were amazing.
Yeah.
So this was his first time going to a big Nerf event. So what was it like for you to go to a big Nerf event like that?
I think it was a trip, like just getting there first, because when I figured Nerf event, I'm like, all right, cool, maybe like 100 people. That's like a good amount. But no, we get there, man. This high school is packed, like to the brim. There's all types of people there, girls and guys, everybody dressed up in costumes. And I told him, I was like, man, like, I feel super underdressed right now. Like, we came like in basic, like, sports clothes or whatever. But, yeah, and then I think the whole, like high trust thing that you guys got going on was, like, a big shock to me. Because we went to go get bullets, and he was like, hey, just leave your stuff there on the floor. And I was like, my
darts.
stuff?
They're called darts. They're not called bullets.
Darts. My bad. Don't demonetize us, YouTube.
Yeah. You gotta watch it, dude.
For real. I went to go leave my stuff on the floor, though, and I was, like, real sketch about it. Like, I still took my camera bag with me. Because I didn't, like... Yeah, I'm sure he has that trust, but I didn't trust anybody the first time. So that was just kind of like a culture shock for me. How everybody just leaves their stuff alone there. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Before we were getting started, I've been doing push-ups, and we're kind of noticing my line coming back right here in my arm. Yeah. We were actually looking at it on video before, but anyways, you know what? I had a really, really great time this year. I met Joe from Xfox Games last year, and Joe's a big deal. I mean, everyone in this hobby knows Joe from Xfox Games. He's just such a fun guy. I had a blast with him last year trying to tag him. I was a zombie. I did everything I could to tag him, but I couldn't get him, and we had a lot of fun doing that. And then next day at the Superstock Games, we had a ton of fun playing with each other, and we kind of chit-chatted here and there off and on throughout the year. He calls us pen pals, so that's what we were. We'll chat. And he did something really, really cool. He actually messaged me. He was like, hey, you coming? I was like, yeah, I'm going to make it to the Stalking Dead. Unfortunately, I didn't have the funds to stay all 3 days like I wanted to. But it was nice just to drive up there for the day and play. There's videos out there, and I'm going to post more pictures and as much as I can on my Instagram page. And I'll try to post some stuff here. But here's probably the absolute coolest freaking thing that happened to me. And I tried not to scream like a little girl when Joe handed it to me. So I get there. Joe gives me a big old hug. It was nice to see him. Because like I said, he's just a really, really cool guy. But check this out. Joe had actually went to, I believe on Friday, the night before, and went and picked up a bunch of these at Target. And he gave some away, but he personally handed this one to me. It was pretty freaking cool. A brand new Max Venom, signed by Beret, Brett, Dr. Flux, Luke from Out of Dart, Perry the Platypus, Lucha Thor, Coney Dog, Joe, Mr. Xfox himself, and a couple other signatures on here. This one I'm not sure. I can't read this one. And this one I can't read. But anyway, he got all the big shots to sign it for me. And this is like a freaking Nerf nerd's dream right here. I told him and I told my wife I was going to take our wedding picture off the mantle and set this up there. But she threatened to make me sleep outside for that. So,
to talk about that for a second.
I'm not gonna do that.
When we were driving up there, he was telling me a little bit about it, like how he was supposed to go up, and he was like super stoked. He was like, "Yeah, Joe told me to go over there, and I think he has like some stickers for me or something. Like I'm hyped. I'm gonna go see him." And he was getting like so excited, like, "Man, I'm about to get like a sticker pack. Like, let's go, dude." He comes back holding it. And I see like his face just like his eyes are wide open, like he was like so excited.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe he came back with a gun. That was wild.
That was really, really cool because Joe had wrote me in one of my videos and was like, "Hey, I haven't seen Xfox stickers because I like to switch it up. I want to change sceneries. I don't want to do the same boring scenery here, there. And I'm gonna change it up, you guys, because I get kind of tired of seeing same scenery, seeing myself in the same scenery. I just want to do something different. I have my sticker fridge, and I didn't have any Xfox games, and I still don't have any, but I'm gonna place an order with them, and I'm gonna get some Xbox stickers. Joe, if you're listening, I'm gonna order something and get some stickers. So give me a big old fat sticker. If you give me a sticker the size of my fridge, I will slap that bad boy on my fridge and cover up all those other stickers. So just throwing it out there. But that's all we want to talk about. We want to talk about that. I wanted to have him here with me to talk about that. And also, really my main thing is what's been going on in Big Lore's garage. Big Lore's mod shop, actually. And real quick, fun fact, I thought about this. I thought I'd just share this with you guys so we can get a little bit closer. Do you have a guilty pleasure? What's your guilty pleasure that's PG?
Guilty pleasure that's PG. I love playing the Black Ops 1 zombies on the PS3.
That's not a guilty pleasure. Like something that's embarrassing that you like to do, that's by yourself or something like that.
Guilty pleasure.
While you think about it, I'll tell you guys mine because I don't care if people know. One of my guilty pleasures is I love putting on the best performances, sad performances of American Idol and just making myself cry to them. There's nothing wrong with the good cry, and there's nothing wrong with listening to some good music at the same time. There's a kid that sings Monsters by James Blunt. I think he's Hawaiian. Man, that guy could sing. I tear up every single time I hear it, but I like to listen to some Kelly Clarkson, Piece by Piece, stuff like that, stuff that really tugs at you and get a good tear rolling down my face, but I'm still freaking tough. Remember that. So what about you? Any guilty pleasures?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Something like that,
Okay, sometimes when I'm in the car by myself, I like to play Saturday Night Love by Pharrell. And I sing the girl parts like I am a girl. And I'm trying to hit those high notes. And,
That's all right. That's all right.
I know the song word for word, bar for bar. I won't miss a lyric on that song.
Well, see, there you go. Okay, now you get to know us a little bit better. So anyways, let's talk about what's been going on in Big Lore's mod shop. So first, I'm going to start off with the commission that I got from Mega Prime on Instagram. I'll post a link down below so you guys can see his page. Check out his page. He's got some pretty cool stuff. So check this out. He sent this to me. I guess this is what happened. Here's his original cage. He got a jam and these middle motors burnt out and they were seized up solid. So what I ended up doing is I got the high speed third stage right here and I got a new second stage, and the first stage motors were actually still okay. So I went with those, and going with this, and I tested it, going with this right here, I think we were hitting about 165 to 170 FPS. So that made a pretty big jump, but he wanted to get closer to 200. So what I did with the Gen 1 Phoenix is I ended up going two-stage on it. I ended up going Kraken's first stage, second stage, the Worker, 75,000 RPM motors on it. And this thing really freaking rips. This looks pretty freaking cool, but I had to do this. And let me tell you why. I know in my video, or my last post, I was going to talk about boo-boos. Well, what had happened was freaking bonehead me. I finished this up and I was going back, touching up the wiring on this right here. And this is the same thing. He could pull it out, switch to this one if he wants to go to a lower FPS game. I had set this blaster down. You can kind of see a little bit right there. on top of my freaking soldering iron while it was turned on and didn't even recognize it, didn't even realize what was going on until I smelt burnt plastic. But I was so freaking mad and so upset with myself because you can't even get a Phoenix 1.0. I think at one point these were on sale on Amazon for like $60, which is a heck of a deal. And I did hear people with those cages jamming, the first gens jamming more than the second gens. But with this, I think it's going to work out pretty good because they're more concave. The wheels are more concave, and there's only 2 stages. There's not 3. So I don't think he's going to have any jamming issues. I've ran a couple of mags through it, and it does pretty freaking good. So what I'll do is I'll kind of test it. I'll do a couple single shots, and we'll see. Watch out, Samuel. We'll see what it's doing single shot, and I'll unload it, and I'll try to get the RPMs up so we can see what it's doing. Ooh, well, I gotta turn that down. Okay, we'll turn it down to get one single shot. Okay, so that was, first shot was 180, but it went way too fast. So, and as these build up dart dust and as the motors break in, it'll actually shoot a little bit harder. Plus, once you get rid of this longer barrel, we kind of get some drag right here. It'll also shoot harder. So let's... Too low. Okay, there we go. There we go. 164, 181, and these are all used worker darts, by the way, too. These darts, I literally picked up these darts from Ragnarocktoberfest, and I brought them home with me. So we'll just go through and we'll unload it real quick, and just to see what the fire rate's at, it'll tell me. Here we go. All right, that was at that fire rate. Does it tell me? 10? I don't think I set this up right. Okay, that's supposed to. I think this shoots. It's not the fastest, but I think this shoots at about 7 rounds per second, which is not bad. But the cool thing is, I told Mega Prime I was going to make it up to him. And since I did that and messed up his blaster that you can't even get anymore, I made him a nice CQB Strife with the flip-up sights on them, which are pretty freaking cool. You can't go wrong with the Vector. I printed the grip on here. It's got a worker aluminum 41mm cage. It's got Neo Rhinos that you can't even get anymore, 3S, and this is hitting at about 135. Most CQB is at about 135. So to make it up for him, I built him this, and hopefully, I'm sorry that it happened. I don't have any, but listen to how smooth that thing sounds. So that's all going to him for my boo-boo, for my mistakes. Now...
Wait, you said you can't get those anymore?
You can't get the Neo Rhinos. Not in the U.S., not right now. No one else sells them. They sell them overseas, but...
Well, who was that from?
I got those originally from Out of Darts.
Oh, dang.
But now I think you got to get them like at Blaster Time, or you got to get them from AK Blaster Mod.
How much are they going for?
I think from them, I think they're about $12 a motor. Mm. I got these, I think, for $19 for both motors, and you can get Krakens for like $16 a motor. So the Krakens are great motors too. These are good motors. I just wanted to try something different. These claim to have more torque than the Krakens, but I mean, either way, they all pretty much do the same. All the 3S motors are about the same. There's not really much difference until you get into like the high RPMs, like the Worker high RPMs, or you go with the Band Blaster high RPMs, or you go with the Worker also makes 2 different types of high RPMs. So they pretty much get the same results within a few FPS difference. You really see the difference when you get the bigger, the larger or high RPM motors. So, all right, on to the next one. The can you see it? The MK3. So this bad boy, I've actually downgraded this to a 2S. I got a 40mm cage. I got Kepler flywheels in there. I got Fang revamped motors, and what I ended up doing is I ended up going with the Michelle 2.0 for the pusher. And I can't take credit for this. One of the gentlemen on the Foam Dark Marksman Discord group had said that, and it makes sense because I'm still getting about 155 FPS with this thing in semi-automatic But with the My Shell, people were putting Krakens in here. Well, the Krakens have way more torque than the My Shell, so it was tearing up people's gearboxes. And I've ran probably about 5 or 6 of these 23 round Coda mags. Not a single freaking issue yet. Have I taken it on the battlefield yet? No, not yet, but I'll have an opportunity. So that thing sounds pretty freaking sweet. So let me reset this and we'll see what it's doing. And I'm just gonna do a freaking mag dump so you can see what it's doing here. So try to get it lined up. Yeah, with those 2 shots, and I just barely tapped the trigger. I got 148. So here, I'm just gonna do a mag dump so you guys can see that. There we go, 23 rounds, just like that.
Damn, dude, those bullets hit me.
Yeah. So shooting all those rounds just like that. Wow, even at that, that was, my highest was 160 FPS. That's pretty freaking good. And my lowest was 143. But that was, and I don't have rounds per second. I don't know why I don't have that set up like that. But that's 619 rounds per minute. Whatever that calculates to. I think what I did last time is it actually shows 10 rounds per second. But that's the way to go if you ask me. On top of that, going 2S, you have more room inside the battery tray. There's no need to expand the battery tray. You can run a pretty good size 2S without having to run a bigger battery tray. So that's the MK3. Shot off 23 rounds, no freaking problem whatsoever. So there's that one. And I did go with the Thunderbolt stock. I like the way that stock looks better than that kind of anemic looking one that comes with it.
Is that like a big issue for like those faster guns to have like jamming issues?
Not jamming issues, but this one stock, it only shot about 5 rounds per second. I pretty much doubled the rate of fire on it.
Yeah, but like since it's shooting so fast, like how does it not like ever get stuck?
As long as you keep the wheel spinning, it goes.
Really?
Yeah, as long as you don't have any issues there, keep the wheel spinning, you're set to go.
That's cool.
So on to the next mod. This one is the King of Games mods. I posted it on my Instagram, but this is I actually had a Harrier before, a teal worker Harrier before. I got rid of it because I hated how much it stuck out, probably about that much past the pump grip. I thought I liked it at first, and this is a premium blaster. I like the way it felt, but I didn't like the way it looked. So I sold it. After a couple months, I sold it just because I could not stand the look of this. And then I saw King of Games post about the mod he did, and the coolest part about that mod, that is a worker Seagull barrel that's in there. So you could run this up to 300 FPS. When you have the regular Seagull or Harrier barrel, it sticks out to about that much, maybe a little bit longer. So you got the big plunger tube. Everyone goes, why don't you just get a Seagull? Well, you don't have the bigger plunger tube in the Seagull. So you have the bigger plunger tube here. So this can handle more than the Seagull, and it can handle it more comfortably. This one, I haven't found a short or a low power spring to put in this yet to test it. But I like how this is, I kind of went with the same angle that it had as the regular Harrier. And I printed up these because it looked kind of plain not having any of the Picatinny rails on the side. So I printed these up. I printed up the cap right down here. I got rid of this right here, printed up a spacer, put it in there. And I'm going to change this because it looks too bulky for the blaster now, that I got rid of some of that nose. So I'm still working on trying to find the King of Games put the Seagull one back here, and it looks really good. But I just want to do something different. Like I wanted to use his idea because it was a great idea. And he actually ran his at Ragnarocktoberfest right at, I think, 130 FPS. And it worked out. It's such a premium blaster. I printed this grip, by the way, too. I really like this grip. He's running a unicorn grip, was really, really good on the setup. And I have one. I think I'll just run this one for now, and then I'll go to that one. But, I mean...
Scaring me, bro.
Did you see it pass right by my head?
Did it?
Yeah, hit the wall. It passed right by. So this is hitting about 160 FPS, even with the Seagull barrel right now. So I'm going to find a different spring to run there. But that's one of my other mods And real quick, since I have a magazine, this is, I'll run Mega Prime's CQB Strife. That was pretty free. Oh, I hit the wrong one. There we go. So he's gonna be pretty pumped up for that. I know he's gonna like it.
That Harrier one's like probably the coolest looking one.
Yeah, I really like the Harrier. And to really on that one, Tessera from Tessera's Nerf Room. That's his. I think that's his. That's not his real name, but it's the name he uses. This was his blaster before. You can kind of see the cross right there. And I didn't take it off on purpose. I just happened to be cleaning this with Clorox wipes and it wiped off. So I wiped off the other side. So I am going to, Tessera, if you're watching, I'm going to put your cross back on there. So there still pays homage to you to where this came from. So you still get some street cred for that. So there's that one. And there was the Strife. So now I built this for Ragnarocktoberfest, but I didn't get a chance to put the scope on it because I didn't have any bolts to put this together. But it was cyberpunk theme and it was really cool. It was cyberpunk theme. So when I think cyberpunk, I think huge scopes, I think pistols, and I really like how I flattened out the nose on this. And there's no internal mods to this thing. This side looks like this. So this rail attachment actually attaches to the side, comes up the side, and the scope attaches to it. So I really dig the way this looks with the Dart Zone, man, what do they call that thing? The Dart Zone Nexus. Anyways, the Target Nexus. I forget what the Striker. I really like the way the Striker scope looks on this. And I actually want to get a bigger scope that's about as big as this blaster front to rear. Or I may make one for it, print something up for it. But that's that mod.
Kind of reminds me of like Borderlands a little bit. Like
yeah.
With like these like pistols that have the big scopes on them.
That's what I like about it. I like that look for it.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
So, and my final mod, and I got more mods coming. I just wanted to share what's been going on with me lately. Final mod is this guy right here. I just like it because it's freaking huge, and I wish I would have taken this to Ragnarocktoberfest. I mean, look at how big do you think that is, Samuel?
About 3 subway foot longs.
I'll put it up to, this is a Stripe with the stock on it and everything, and look at it. It's right there at the end, and you still got all that going on. This is a really, really freaking cool blaster. I absolutely love it. Watch out.
Oh.
Got me.
Damn, that one hurt my ear.
This one, the Ultraline sucks, in my opinion. It really sucks.
I don't want to bring it for it.
But the Ultras can be made cool with the short dart kit. And I got this with a bundle, I think, for like $10 with a bunch of other blasters. But the kit, my wife actually got for me for my birthday. And I think it's on Amazon for like $65. It used to be cheaper, but it went up. So that kit really turns this thing alive. I think it's averaging about 135, 138 FPS. It's really cool to do that right there. It gives you that that sniper feel in action. It needs to be sealed up. I think it could hit a little bit higher FPS if I seal it up right. I put the kit in there and I wanted to go. One thing you will definitely, this kit needs is it needs this spacer right here. The kit was not made well for the adapter. This adapter stock, when you put it in there, it causes jams because it pushes the short dart magazine. It puts it up too high. So I would always kind of tug down on this to load it up. But there's a file for that to fix that. So if you get an Ultra Pharaoh and you want to do the short dart kit, trust me, do it. You'll be happy. And I'm not done with this. I'm going to take this scope off. I'm going to grind it off and put Picatinny. There's files for that. And put an actual scope I can use on this and get this thing dialed in. So that is, kind of back it up right here. That's my last mod I have to show you guys for now. Not all Ultra sucks. The Ultra 2, the handgun, I'm actually going to turn, I have one of those. I got one from Foam Battalion, from Jacob Foam Battalion. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate that. I'm going to convert that into a Mega because we needed Megas for the Zombie Queen. No one had Megas. Megas are socks. And one thing I will say about Ragnarocktoberfest, I came back with 8 lives. How many lives did you have left?
10.
10 lives, but he did lose one of his bandanas. It was fun doing that. We had tons of fun because we were tagging the other team, trying to tag zombies. But I think next time I'm gonna try to come back with one life.
Yeah.
I played it safe and that's cool and all, but man, I want to be more in that action. I don't care. I don't care if they take all my lives and I turn into a zombie. It's more about the experience. This year, yes, I was playing it safe. Last year, I got turned into a zombie, and I think it's because I got turned into a zombie real quick last year.
Really?
Yeah, like within an hour of playing, I got turned into a zombie.
Because it was like 9 hours long, no? Like
Yeah,
a
it
1 hour
was.
break.
Yeah, it was about 9 hours long. We started about noon and ended about 9 o'clock, and there was an hour and a half break in between. And of course, we went out to base. There was like mini games to play and stuff like that in between. But it was a really really good time, and I'm already can't wait until next year. Hopefully this guy will come down. He can come with me again, and we can take some more Kern County Foam Flingers with us. So
yeah, I know. When we came back, like I think we were both a little bummed that we had so many lives.
Yeah,
because like towards the end of the game, we're like, all right, we should just run and gun. But there were so many zombies that we couldn't really go out as much as we could have if we did it in the first half.
Yeah.
But I remember like asking him like, dang, how are people getting all these crates or all these like points and buying like cool things? And you're like, well, they're out there exploring, like
yeah, that's what they were doing,
finding stuff and taking their.
Towards the last round, I was loading up darts and the timer went off and everyone went, and half my team came back and they were, of course, because we have like a little, I guess you could say a little medallion we're wearing, electronic medallion. And we get hit, we go back and hit it on the box because it's all honor. It's the honor system, and a lot of people are amazed by the honor system. My father-in-law, when we meet at Armageddon, he was really amazed by the camaraderie, how nice everyone was, and the honor system. Because he was like, how do you keep score? I was like, we raise our hand, call ourselves up. So really? You guys do that? Mm-hmm. He was shocked by it. I will say this, though. Samuel did lose. We put his scarf down when we went to go get something. We came back and his magenta scarf was gone.
Yeah.
I think what had happened is someone had gotten tagged and lost it. Because once you get tagged by a zombie, you lose a scarf. I think someone lost their scarf. It is what it is. He got another one. Game went on, so it was okay. But other than that, I mean, I had all my blasters. I had my Nightingale 2.0 sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
I had long shot, slightly modded long shot. I had probably about 6 blasters I had taken that were just sitting there. And I had no issues. He was shocked by that. And this was the thing I was most worried about, but getting taken, but I'm still nerding out about this, about my Venom, my signed Venom, and I'm going to keep that box forever. Once again, Joe, I appreciate you and making this big old 42-year-old nerd happy with that. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. I mean, I hope I provide you with background background noise to listen to. And I hope you guys, any feedback on the blasters that I built. If you need help building the blasters that I built, Mega Prime, I hope you like your blasters that I built for you. So you'll get those soon, and you'll be able to use those for the Battle of Endor. So I'm pretty excited for him for that in Maryland. He plans on using those next week. So I'm pretty excited for him. So that's pretty cool. Any final thoughts?
No, I mean, I don't really know how to do this stuff that this cool guy does, but I do like to do wiring though, and that's why we bond a little bit.
Yeah.
Over like the little nerdy stuff with the putting these mini things together.
Yeah. So I'll teach him how to do it. So he'll get into the hang of things. So there we go. I got Dirty Daniel from the LBC, my Kern County Foam Flinger. I got my wife. I got me. And I got Samuel here, so I got 4 Kern County Foam Flinger now. We're growing, so pretty soon we'll be able to host our own game all together. And I'm also part of the Foam Battalion. I did not mention that. I'm part of Jake's Foam Battalion from Palmdale. I believe that's where Jake lives, in Palmdale. So I'm part of that, and I'm just a part of the Foam Flinger community, and I absolutely love it. I love it. I love doing this. Everyone's really cool. Everyone's here to help each other and have a good time.
Yeah, shout out to Joe from Xfox. Like with like how big he was talking about how he was and stuff. He didn't make me seem like any weirder for being a brand new guy. He chopped it up with me whenever he wasn't around. Like kind of hyped me up and made me feel a part of the game. So yeah, he was like a real memorable person for me.
And that's cool. That's exactly what we need. We need guys like Joe. And I'm not saying none of the other guys aren't nice either. All the other guys are nice. I always kind of chit-chat a little bit with Flux. Luchathor, he's always pretty quiet, but he'll speak to you if you speak to him. All these guys are great. Luke's great. Everyone's great. All these guys, they're great guys. but Joe kind of goes out of the way to make you feel more welcome. And as cool as he is, and as big as he is in this hobby, that really makes us average nerds feel good about going out there. And it kind of encourages us to go out there and want to play more, want to meet new people, and just want to do Nerf more.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. You think that's it?
That's it.
All right. That's Big Lore and Samuel, Kern County Flingers, out.